Welcome to our Bible study in the Gospel of John. We are into chapter 10, and we're going to begin in verse 7. I'm just going to read just five verses, 7 to 10, as we kind of work our way just one piece at a time through the Gospel. Therefore, Jesus said again, I tell you the truth, I am the gate for the sheep. All whoever came before me were thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters through me will be saved. He will come in and go out and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they might have life and have it to the full. Now, again, I just want you to go back and reflect on some things in this passage, but he's talking about salvation here. He's talking about the sheep pen here is it salvation. That's what he's saying. Those who are outside are not saved. Those who are inside are saved. And the interesting thing he says you got to go through the gate. There's only one way. It's a narrow way in. I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. Here he says the same thing. You got to go through the gate to get into the sheepfold, into where it says you will be saved. Whoever enters through me will be saved. Now, the other aspect, he says, whoever enters through me. So there's the universality of the gospel invitation, that God invites anyone and everyone to come and offers them salvation. But it's not just, you can't just receive salvation doing what you want in any way. Everyone and anyone is offered, but only those who come through the gate, through Jesus, receive life, full life. So, verses 7 to 10. He says, I am the gate for the sheep. Now, I want to take you, we begin to see the contrast here between Jesus and the Jews and the Jewish leaders. He talks about him, and he talks about the thieves that come in before him. Okay? All who came before me were thieves. And again, this goes back to the celebration of Hanukkah, the civil war that took place, the moral reform that needed to take place because of failed leadership. Ezekiel 34, the word of the Lord came to me, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. This is what the sovereign Lord says, woe to the shepherds of Israel who only take care of themselves. Should not shepherds take care of the flock? And then he goes on, you have not strengthened the weak or healed the sick or bound the injured. You have not brought back the strays or searched for the lost. You have ruled them harshly and brutally. So they were scattered because there was no shepherd. They wandered all over the mountains. They were scattered. Because my flock, this is down in verse 8, as surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, because my flock lacks a shepherd and so has been plundered, I am against the shepherds, will hold them accountable. I will remove them from tending the flock. And then he goes on and says, I will search for my sheep, look after them. He says, I will come. I will be the shepherd. So again, that's very powerful passage against the shepherds who are shepherding them falsely, and the sheep are scattered because there's false leadership. They're not doing their job, and God says, I'm going to come and I'm going to be that shepherd. And so when Jesus comes to the point in a few verses where he says, I am the good shepherd of the sheep, clearly another one of the statements where he's saying, I am the Messiah. I am the promised one, the coming one. Because and it's a clear another judgment against the Jewish leaders. not an action. He's doing this during the season of Hanukkah, which was where it was, the historical reminder of failed leadership. And so Jesus is again saying, all that come before me, they're thieves. They come to steal, to kill, to destroy. They come to take care of themselves, not to keep care of the sheep. And he's going to go further down that, isn't he? As we get into verse 11, I'm the good shepherd. In verse 14, he says again, I am the good shepherd. And we get to 19, and this is really where we're going next. This is sort of a preview of the next session. But it says that many of the Jews were divided. Why listen to him? So, there was a clear, number of people were clearly understanding that he was making this very powerful statement about himself, also about the present leadership, present Jewish leadership, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, the scribes, the Sanhedrin there. So again, read through these first 10 verses. I tell you the truth, and he talks about the sheep pen. The sheep pen represents salvation. Anyone and everyone is invited into the sheep pen, but you got to go through the entrance. You can't go through. There's no other entrances. You go in through the gate, and Jesus says, "I'm the gate." And so he talks about, again, being thankful for the salvation that we have in Jesus. Being that recognition that there are not many ways to God. There is only one way to God, through Jesus. But even having said that, anyone and everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. Anyone and everyone who enters through the gate will receive salvation. Life, full life, rich life. So God bless you.